Yes,
Yeah,
I
we
can
can.
see the screen. Just wait. Don't start now. Just give me a moment. Okay, I'm starting the recording, right? And make sure you have to speak only for 3 minutes, not more than that. 2 to 3 minutes, right?
All right.
I
After
already
that,
started the
wait.
recording. Yeah, I
Okay.
started the recording already. You can start
Oh,
now.
start.
Okay. Good evening, Professor. So, we are going to be talking about linear regression, forecasting analysis, and also too, we are going to be giving analysis concerning Apple and two other companies, in which is SP 500 and Dow Jones. So, talking about linear integration, my name is Bozitolo Perotiba. I'm going to be giving introduction into linear integration forecasting analysis. In this, we're going to be talking about introduction to linear integration forecasting analysis. What is linear integration? The purpose of linear integration, the historical data and case studies. Linear integration is actually statistics to actually use to apply interrelations between dependent variables and independent variables. Linear integration is also used to actually project the future analysis of historical data of companies to use to project their sales and also to if they are be able to actually make sales using linear methods. In the purpose of linear integration, it is a powerful tool that allows us to actually predict the future in terms of observing historical trends, lines associated to instruments in discovering linear truth trends through data. In linear integration, it's very important for us to actually give demonstration of observing data that are going to be used to actually project the sales of company in terms of looking at uh, 2 to 3 months of the sales in terms for us to be able to understand where either they are making progress or they are actually not out of sales. Historical data. Historical data is to actually use to predict future improvements, regression analysis carried out in linear manner through examination of the past patterns, facilitating giving out estimates of values of the dependent variables based on newly given data and independent variables. With this, my teammates are going to be talking and also giving a case study, statistical method, and also correlation efficiency were used to indicate companies' daily returns. In this, we're going to be using linear regression to actually analyze SP 500, Dow Jones, and the daily returns of Apple. While my teammate actually carry on from here. So this is what I'll be able to actually say in our introduction, our backgrounds to the studies. Thank you.
Jagmeet, you can start now. That's your turn.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can, sir.
So I'll give the overview of linear regression and the Dow Jones analysis, Apple and S&P analysis is done by, I think, Gyanvi and Arman. So I'll give the overview of linear regression, what it is. So in a simple word, how we understand it, we'll elaborate what Moses talked about. So uh, hi, Professor. This is Jagmeet Singh. So I'll explain it. Linear regression is the statistical technique to study relationship between, as Moses told us, dependent and independent variables. In a simple language, we'll say that it is related to more than two things, right? For example, if we bought a house, we we see the price, and that is a independent variable, and dependent variable is how large the house is, right? How big the house is. So we decide according to that. According to that, in simple linear regression, we focus on just two variables. Find a strategic straight line that is also called best fit line on a graphical representation that is given on the Excel sheet. We can see there. So there is a best fit line which tells us about the accuracy which we are going to predict. So we are going to predict the future according to that. So by using the linear regression, we can also analyze the historical data and identify the trends, how it is going. For example, if we see the consistent increase in sales over a time. So in sales, we can use the data analysis, we can use the regression, and it can help us predict the future sales, how it is going. So to check how accurate our prediction is, we compare them what actually happens in the real world. So we take the example from the real world. We use metrics like R2, the values, to measure how well our model fits the data. The higher the value of R2 is, the prediction is actually accurate. If we go, if we see the scatter plot chart on our Excel sheet, which my teammates are going to present in their recording, we can see if the data is scattered on the scatter plot, from the best fit line. So the analysis is little weak. So we predicted a little weak information. So like that, the correlation coefficient is another important measure in linear regression. It tells about the strength and direction of the relationship between variables. Move on the same direction, like when studying more leads to higher exam scores, a negative correlation means the variable move on the opposite direction. Like I told previously that in our scattered plot chart, if the readings which we want are little more scattered, so accuracy is gone from from our prediction. So although linear regression has its limitations as well, um, uh, it assumes a linear relationship between variables, which may not always be in case a real world situation. So there are outliers or extreme data points as well that can also have a big impact on the result. Additionally, the linear regression is the lagging indicator, meaning it may not give early signals in rapidly changing markets. So uh, Mohit will talk about conclusion, I guess. So the
Yes.
previous part will be with the Gyanvi, Arman, and Simran. They'll speak their part. So this is my part. Thank you, Professor. So Mohit, you can share your screen, I guess.
Sure. Thank you very much, Agmi. You really explained very well about the briefly about the linear regression, right? So my part is conclusion. So I will be describing the conclusion. Just let me share my screen first.
Yeah, sure.
Do let me know, guys, if you can see my screen or not.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see the screen.
So as discussed by
Yes.
the other team members, Moses, Jagmeet, and the other three members. So here in the quantitative insights like a linear regression and correlation analysis, we have discussed about the data-driven decision making, that how we can make the decision and we can predict the future using the linear regressions, right? Uh, uh, in that we have explained the importance of and quantitative insights in decision making, and linear regressions has been discussed by as discussed by Jagmeet. The correlation analysis, statistical significances, limitations of linear regressions, and data quality. These all are carried along with the phase one, phase two, and phase three. So here I would like to talk about the conclusion part mainly. It assumes a linear relationship between the variables which may not necessarily to be valid in complicated financial markets. And if we talk about the linear regression and correlation analysis may struggle to capture a full range of market dynamics, particularly during the excessive volatility. Correlations may not imply cause. Like while two variables may be strongly correlated, this does not necessarily imply that one cause the other. It is critical to take caution and explore additional factors before forming a casual and conclusion based purely on correlations. So in our project, we have discussed the three companies like S&P 500, the uh, like the apples, the stock and price, and the apples and the Dow Jones, right? So these ensures that how we can take the data of 3 months and we can predict the results of the fourth month. Apart from that, uh, if we talk about the both forecasting approach like linear regression and the correlation analysis, they both provide the quantitative insights into the correlation between variables. This can be useful for forecasting market trends and making sound investing selections. Like whenever we are going to invest in a huge amount, right? So there we can apply this linear regression. So we can predict that what could be the results based on our previous results. Apart from that, assessing the statistical significances of coefficients and correlations assure that the study is reliable. Statistically significant results provide weight to the findings of these analyses. So this eventually this enables thorough analysis and data-driven decision making. And linear regression identifies trends in historical data as described by Moses and predicts future results, right? So that's all from my side, Professor. And thank you, guys, for joining the team here, right? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Moit and Jackmate. So so far so good, Professor. We are going to probably join this video with our fellow teammates who with their recording, so we can also get their own contribution to what linear integration concerning our presentation on Apple, on SP500 and Jones. And we are going to be merging this video together so we can send to you. I think some of them are unavailable based on some factors in which we can actually identify. But this is what we have to present on our group. And thank you so much, Professor.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Technically, you can stop the recording now.